212 at 212 the day, 7 years ago today, in that hearing. That's when I knew. Right then I told everybody, I said, you're crazy, there's no way those... That spirit came over me. I said, they're done. I told everybody. I told Gene Stone. I told everybody. They're done. Nobody believed me. So Two-Face Trump's back at it again. Nuclear Two-Face. The same week he puts $1.2 billion in for nuclear energy. And he's pushed for YUCCA. Now, because Nevada's a swing state, he tweets out, I hear you, Nevada. We're going to back off. Just like he told the evangelicals that all are still lined up for him. Their Lord and Savior. I want you to think about that. Their Lord and... I've heard it multiple times. Their Lord and Savior. Who had the 100% full chance to give the evangelicals what they want, which he promised him he would do. Name, what's her name? Her, to the... who's pro-life to the Supreme Court. Did he? Did he? Did he? No, he named the pro-choice guy. The Bush lawyer. The Bush recount lawyer, the Bush 9/11 guy, the Bush Kavanaugh. So this is the 1.2 billion more for the nuclear deaths. Fukushima is hammering and killing the sea. So here's the other news. It's historic as hell that no one's paying attention to because there's no nuclear. So nobody. Indian Point's been kicking their feet. You know, the licenses. Indian Point's shutting down next year. They've moved it up 10 years. So Holtec's been sold through the feds, through the Trump administration. Now, head of the NRC is INL, who's corrupt as hell, with New Scale from Hell. That's so corrupt, it's unbelievable. So the New York Attorney General has filed a motion, a petition, with the feds to block the decommissioning process from Holtec. Now, this is important because send an offer today. You people that are kicking around this petition to replace the Holtec canisters, you stupid fuckers. Public watchdogs rolled in town. I was there the day. I'm like, where the fuck they come from? All over the news using my soup can metaphor. 100% paid by the nuclear industry to stop the decommissioning of San Onofre. That petition was started by the nuclear industry. And I got news for you. It would have been all done. And you're all worried about these canisters. Where the fuck you been for 50 years? Do you know what Humboldt up there? It's sitting in worse canisters than this. Well, why are you screaming about that? How about Zion? I mean, it's all over. So, it's been in those spent fuel pools at Dolly Parton for decades. I didn't hear anybody crying about, how come when they decommissioned the San Onofre years ago, the other plant? It's right there. I never heard nothing. The nuclear waste in San Onofre or any other reactor for that matter, in these dry can Holtec canisters is 1 billion times safer than sitting in the spent fuel pools. I was at a hearing, somebody says, well, we know that these canisters that at Fukushima, they spent a little bit more on and held up, and I'm like, are you fucking nuts? I've got nothing held up. They blew to smithereens. It needs to be moved off that beach, but the first step is in the canisters. And it would, the guy on the scratch, I've watched the whole film. My question was the first one up at the NRC hearing. All this historic work that I get nothing for. No credit, I just get abused from all angles. You don't want to know. It was a ruse. It was all fake. There was nothing with it. It would have been done by now. They've speeded up the process. They're well over. We're halfway there. Oh boy, are we living on a fucking prayer. So what the fuck are you doing kicking around? That's the nuclear industry. Because as San Onofre goes, you can't wake up. I was full of cancer, went on the bone. That hearing that day when they busted and all the thing, I remember doing those interviews. And I'm like, no. I could sense it. I felt it over me. The power that was in there. That was my YouTube site that packed that house. That was, I mean, I knew right then. I sensed it. It came over me. They're done. Nobody, and everybody says, they ain't going to ever close, you know, the loose suit. And I says, my army's going to hit the beach. We're going to hit the beach on D-Day. Oh, they closed that morning. Cubs win, Cubs win, Cubs win. So, this historic work, the slander, the attacks against me, it's been devastating to my life. Economically, health, psychologically, it's fucking destroyed me. The price I paid. Probably the greatest accomplishment in environmentalist history. The Senate offer goes, they're all going. It's going to cost us $10 gazillion billion to decommission. It's going to take 45 years. They haven't even been closed for 7. And they're well over halfway done. And that's with a whole year delay. And by the way, budget-wise, they're coming in at about 5% of what they told us. It's all lies. And that's why they don't want it to be happen. Because they know. As it goes, the whole industry's over. Oh, it's over. Stand tuned.